permission sets. So permission sets, they are very similar to profiles in terms of what access you are giving to the user, but the permission sets are an enhancement to the profiles. How it is an enhancement to a profile? So basically, when we create a profile, as a thumb rule, we create a profile for a team. A profile is generally a base level of access which is applicable to maximum number of users. So let's say there is a sales team. So irrespective of the region, we would try to give a base level of access, which would be like the sales team wouldn't require access to account, lead, contact, and opportunities object. So we would try to give a base level of access using the sales profile. And then on top of that, based on the region, so let's say in EU region, the users need to have VAT field. So then we would create a permission set which would grant access to VAT field, and then we would add this permission set to only the sales team which is in EU, right? So using a permission set, you can either have a single access being enhanced, or you can add multiple permissions within the same permission set to enhance the access. However, it is recommended that your permission set name or the description gives an explanation like what kind of permissions this particular permission set is granting. Keep it minimal so that it can be easily added to the user and removed as the requirement changes. So that's the next level of granting access. So first is profiles, then you do permission sets. With enhancement of Salesforce features, profiles gradually will go away in Salesforce and all you would have is permission sets. So in order to work with permission sets, what Salesforce has come up with is called permission set group. So what you can do is you can group, let's say 5 permission sets or more together in a permission set group. And what you can do is you can assign that permission group to a user or a set of users. So what will happen is, so all the permission sets that user has got as part of that group now have all those permissions which are given in that group. So that is one thing which you can do using permission sets and permission sets group. There's another thing which would actually is very interesting to know is also permission muting. So what exactly is permission muting? So permission muting basically means that you want to mute a permission. So let's say you want to revoke that permission from a user or a set of users. So then what you would do is you would create a permission set with that permission, and then you would add it to the permission set group as a muting permission set. Go to the org, we'll go to permission sets, right? So let's say that we are seeing a couple of permission sets here already. So we'll go to permission set groups, we'll create a permission set group. So let's call it access, and we'll save it. So in here you see permission sets in the group and muting permission set in the group. So let's add a permission set to this permission set group. So let's say buyer, and let's say CRM user, we'll add it to the access level, and then to the permission set which we want to give access to, and then in the muting permission we would add so what you need to do is you need to click on new. That would append muted to the permission set name that you have given, and will create a muting permission set for you. What we have seen is there is a muting permission set which we have just created called access muted. So when you click on that, you would see like very similar to what you permission set on a profile. So let's say in account we would mute the tab, let's say, and we would like to mute view all and modify all. So you are muting the access. So now the person you would grant access you would add this permission set group to will not have view all and modify all access. So that's how you create a permission set group. You add certain permission sets, and then you create a muted permission set as well to stop user having access. If you have any questions, you can join the QA session, which happens every Friday 3 to 4 p.m. GMT, which is 7:30 to 8:30 IST. And please drop in your comments, feedback, and any questions in the comments section, and I'll get back to you.